entry pass for Genoa from Gentiletti into the path of Simeone. His dad a defensive midfielder, but he a striker extraordinaire. Second half underway at the Giuseppe Meazza. 1-1. Goal in the 14th from Destro, 38th from Perisic. Bill Shane alongside Ray Hudson as we search for a winner. Jorge Otati and Juan Fernando Mora on our Spanish language side. No need to worry about the sun anymore. The cap doffed by Samir Handanovic. Talked about Frank de Boer. August 9th stepping in. A lot of questions. Doesn't speak the language. Supposedly not that familiar with the system, although again, Inter a style in its own, and the Ajax system is something that many clubs base their game around. But there were some questions in regards to lineup. What type of formation would he go with? 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. Seems to have settled, and in fact making adjustments a bit even on the fly with Kondogbia pulled. It was Kondogbia who was dispossessed in the midfield on the ball that Gemayli found Verdi, who found Destro for the goal. And as you pointed out, Ray, since Nukuri, the young teen from the Ivory Coast, has stepped in, we haven't seen that.
Yeah. Certainly a spark. Everybody rubbed off. It was a good, quiet performance from this man on the ball as well. It's certainly a big part of the way they play Gary Medel, and perfect compatriot, team compatriot with Eva Banega, linking up beautifully. But imperative now for Inter to start out the way they finished that first half. In those last 20 minutes, it was a real slog for Bologna to get any sort of traction against Miranda's team. Few and far threats, very isolated. Certainly need to pick to that impetus that they left at the 45-minute mark.
Bologna in that highlighter yellow kit. Da Costa in goal. He's been good.
Highlighter yellow. Perfect, Phil. That's magic.
Gastadello, Mayetta and Torosidis the back line. Naj, Taider and Gemayli in the midfield with Verdi and Krejci flanking Destro. Low roller well wide.
And look at the play up that way. Perisic saying, come on, Argentina, feed us.
Handanovic in goal for Inter. Miranda and Ranocchia the center back. Santon swinging to the right today. Miang, the youngster, on the left. Medel, Nukuri and Banega now in the midfield. Candreva, Perisic and Icardi up front. Da Costa, he is Brazilian. But tempting fate there.
Especially against Icardi, drawing him in like a bull and with a red cape and going all in.
Nice work between Medel and the youngster Miang.
Good ball again.
Inside for Banega.
Nicely.
Passes this time.
Beautiful!
Thought about the shot. Back to the left, and a low burner caught between the legs by Da Costa.
Candreva having a cracking game. Love him as a footballer. My type of player, all right. Beautifully found. And this one's hit actually too well for Mauro Icardi, even by his Quicksilver standards, to get on the end of and attack it. Had it been a little underhit by Candreva, Mauro might have been able to meet the train at the station, punch his ticket, but...
Surprised Lazio let Candreva go, although it was nearly 30 million reasons.
Great player.
And for a team that likes to use the flank like Inter, a perfect fit. Inside Safir Taider.
Certainly Frank de Boer must have seen a lot in the Ivorian Nukuri, because he's covering some space in that area, man, in a lovely way. The problems now to solve, Roberto. And they've got the threat, we've seen it. This game is certainly not out of the grasp of Bologna. You've got the type of players that can hurt you. Really jumping jack, flash quick.
We talked about the woes of Bologna, but not necessarily here. Inter have only won one of the last 4 meetings against Bologna. That was last year. Good hustle by Verdi, but holding on to it. Banega.
Brilliant.
Dishes off to Nukuri. Wide for Candreva. Orosidis over, sneaks it inside, and a good grab to Costa.
It's good play by Candreva, but you saw the big vulture, Perisic, waiting on the back post, starving, like Marvin, and saying, just hang it up there. He's a big, big man to come in, barreling in, Ivan Perisic. It's happened a couple of times. Go for the shallower ball. Not here.
Shot just wide, top of the box, Banega.
They're shredding him like confetti, but there's nothing at the end of it. Again, wonderful play out wide. Nianj sends it in, beautifully controlled and just out of camera to the right. This is wonderful play by Banega, who keeps it going with a slingshot home. With head options, Phil.
Battling forward in the center park. Knocking it free, Naj. Or in the attack out wide for Verdi. Bouncing ball inside. Miranda just launches it into orbit.
Miranda does brilliantly well to see this hopping ball come in. And unconventional way to try to find your man in the middle. Under hits it and bounces this one home. And João Miranda doing well. Facing his own goal.
This will swing in on Angelo Da Costa. When Handanovic make that, now lifted back in and a little too high from Ladislav Krejci, the ex-Sparta Prague man. And our first change of the day coming for Donadoni. It's going to be Eric Pulgar coming in, and the Hungarian Naj will leave. So the Chilean getting a chance to make a difference here.
Good player, Adam, as he's coming out and had some real nice bright touches in the early going. Certainly got a good future ahead of him. Already a Hungarian international at 21. Mighty Magyars.
You almost have to go back that far to the mighty Magyars since Bologna had an impact on the turn.
Nicely.
Santon.
Good ball.
Chipped across, deflected, having to dive back to Costa. Second try, third try, Icardi, but can't force it in.
No angle for him. Good save again by this impressive Brazilian in goal. Got a slice of luck about him as well. Hand goes up. Beautiful in this control here. Lovely turn. The slip pass. Red carpet delivered. It takes a deflection, but they're always alert. Angelo Da Costa gets it once and then shuts down Mauro Icardi twice. Unlucky. Ever Banega just in cat's whisker away from threading the needle beautifully.
And back with it, Emil Kraft. Up to Jamaili, who seems to be tiring a bit. Eric Pulgar, the 22-year-old from Antofagasta in Chile, the substitute. That's where he started out before moving to Católica.
Oh, what a pass.
Second year
what
with
a
Bologna
ball.
now. Perisic out wide, drives on Kraft, sweeps it across, slapped away to Costa.
What a wonderful ball out wide. And it was Mauro Icardi showing another one of the reasons I was saying, ticking all the box of a world-class player. The pass out to Perisic was out of Messi's book. And then a lovely ball sent in from the Croatian.
Costa in the center of his box. Ball skips towards the penalty spot, but cleared away. Recovering it, Santon. Miranda. Perisic spots a gap. Niang back for the Croat. Takes it first time. Maybe over the top, but in fact they will call the foul. Or perhaps just a stoppage.
And Ranocchia comes in with a sharp elbow.
But Asidis is down.
A tough man. How much intent there was there, I'm not so sure. I don't think there's any real malicious intent by Ranocchia. That's his head. Misses the ball and comes into the cheek of the Greek.
Gabigol getting ready to come in, perhaps, or maybe we'll have to wait and find out. 10 minutes into the second half, Bologna's been scrambling, but Asidis picked up on a free from Roma. Good, solid player who can play on both flanks.
And he's a little bit better than a solid player, personally, Phil. Vasilios.
65 caps.
Tremendous player for the Hellenese, but a good player for Olympiacos. A really, tremendous career for the 31-year-old. Really took it full on that side of his face from Ranocchia.
One of the little notes of interest in this match, both of these teams, Ray, are owned by MLS owners. Of course, Eric Tohir has sold off a portion to Chinese Suning Holdings, but he's still the president of Inter Milan, the owner of DC United. Meanwhile, on the other side, a happy birthday to Montreal and Bologna president Joey Saputo.
Hey, wonderful gentleman, Joey.
Good cheese too.
Yeah, really good family, football family. The
Those two
Saputos, and
also
done wonderful everywhere they've went in Montreal. And
both of them fighting it out in MLS as well, competing for the final playoff spot, DC and Montreal. Quick feet by Nukuri.
Well played.
Back to Kandreva.
He picked the right pass out.
Medel. And again, Zemaili laboring in the midfield. Might be time for a change for Bologna.
Smart.
Perisic. Off to Mian. Now back to the goal scorer. But offside the call. Good call on the far flank from Stefano Alacio.
Yep.
Mentioned Inter Milan with 18 titles, none since their 5 in a row in 2010. Bologna does have 7 crowns of their own. They have not been able to celebrate Scudetto since 1964. Ranocchia again going in hard.
Excuses for these technical difficulties we seem to be having here. Not your tellies.
Well played across as we near the hour mark. Asidis across, but the angle off. Straight to Mian.
Nicely.
Splits the defense. Now off to the races Banega, but can't get through Gastadello. Strong challenge from Pulgar, but doesn't find a teammate. Instead, Nukuri.
Absolutely tremendous, not once but twice there on a wonderful turn, and then the aggression shown to win the ball back.
"14 shots for Inter, 3 for Bologna. Although the only one that's been on target did go in, and that would be enough to walk away with a point. Now, unless they lose, Inter would still hold
Good play
in those top 3 spots as Verdi spins.
Inside of them. Ah, the bad ball.
Rights to Miranda. Juventus and Napoli 1 and 2. Inter at this moment would be
Look
third.
at this strong run. Got his
Perisic
target picked out.
Around Gastadello. Da Costa thought about it. Just too high for Icardi. on the far flank. Andreeva drives it in low this time, cleared by Mayeta. Vidal hauls it in.
Again, sumptuous football by Ivan Perisic. Definitely got to be well up there, no matter what happens the remaining of this game, for man of the match.
Costa hauls it out of midair. Bologna 8th at the moment, just ahead of Milan, who will be in action against Fiorentina this afternoon. There you see the 2 goal scorers and a foul against Medel. Roberto Donadoni, 63 caps for the Azzurri. Had a chance as well managing the national team. Left to manage Napoli, Cagliari and Parma before apparently finding a home again with Bologna. Looks like something going on down on the bench. Creek, one of the assistants, apparently sent packing.
Very much a carryover from the first half. Look out.
Verdi thought about it. He's got the leg. Instead,
nice
wide
overlap,
for Jamali.
ignored.
Drives it in low, but again Miranda in the way.
Jamali senses the overlap and feels as if he can go inside. So often that overlap ignored at the peril. And I mean, like to have that one back.
Handanovic calmly marshalling his forces. There for the short corner is Verdi if they wish. Instead, they'll whip it across, and Handanovic sure hands.
Nice.
But a bobble at the top of the box.
Oh, it's a
collision
foul
with Pulgar.
Bad one as well. Comes across, and Handanovic is lucky. And there's nothing serious at the end of this. He's going in for a full sidewinder pass up to Icardi and Perisic on a quick counter.
Well, speaking of Greek defender, Marios checking in. Oikonamu, the ex-Cagliari man. It'll be the second switch for Donadoni. And Gastaldello's day is done.
Our 33-year-old now starting to feel the strains, especially covering all the holes at the back for Bologna. And against this team, as I was saying, they're starting to rev it and up the ante time and time again. But the game nicely balanced still, isn't it, Phil? Despite Inter's dominance in possession and threat and invention. That's beautiful.
Icardi, though, on the wrong side when the ball was kicked. Offside against Inter. Don't forget, Fiorentina-Milan today, 2:30. Our coverage starts on beIN Sports. In for Medel. Double teamed but tripped up. Interesting, they bring in Oikonamu when it does seem as though it's the midfield that's getting overrun. Not a lot in attack available. They do have the veteran Sergio Floccari, the ex-Sassuolo man, on the bench. It looks like Donadoni just trying to make sure they don't go down a goal. Young, nice ball. Drives it inside and whacked away by Mayeta.
I think there's a lot of sense in what you're seeing there, Phil, with that. What you have, you hold, knowing that Icardi's still looking ominously threatening. And Perisic doing a tremendous game.
In the corner, near post 6, a flying header from Ranocchia, but off target.
Very difficult to steer this one back on target after he gets past that front post.
And now it will be a switch. Inter putting even more pressure on. Eder will be checking in, and Banega will exit. Now this is a bit of a different look. They'll drop Candreva and Perisic a bit. And Eder will circulate around Icardi. Second striker.
Good lead.
Miranda.
Nicely covered.
And the importance of communication.
And touch.
Too long. Notice Niang, the left back, staying upfield almost as a left wing. And their token challenge. Gifted away by Santon. And now flying in Nukuri. Foul against Inter. Well, they're picked up on a loan from Sampdoria. 29 years of age. If he had helped back to his feet. To the head, Chelly just checking out to make sure it's not anything more serious. 19-year-old Nukuri doing well today, to the point where it might not be a surprise to see him out there again soon.
It's a real tug of war. This Inter's winning the battle. They're certainly very much on the front foot with good performances at the back, through the middle, up top. Everything going right for De Boer, technically and tactically, but still nowhere through this highlighter yellow.
Harasses as Pulgar forces it free. Now Taider quickly in front of him. Nukuri slices it forward. A collision with Miang and Miranda.
Needed to get there.
Now Inter was going forward on the break, but the two defenders gasping for breath in front of their box.
It's the challenge downstairs. Yeah, you'll see the collision of the feet, and then two big men coming in like clashing rocks against each other.
Miranda, the veteran, maybe a little bit more anticipating that, but the youngster Miang seems to have the air knocked out of him. Rough start for Miang, but he's gotten stronger as the game's progressed. Midway through the second half. Both teams with one substitute left. Mentioned Flockery, if they wanted attack, a lot of midfielders and defenders also at Donadoni's disposal. Another Inter legend. Maybe one of the best ever. Javier Pupi Zanetti.
A hell of an advertisement for moisturizer, that man. What a good looking lad.
Looks younger than half the players out there.
Really.
Now, they put Eder in there. The tactical switch for Nukuri, a first half sub that takes one option away. They still have Palacio. They still have Jovetic if they wish. And Gabigol, the $35 million buy from Santos. Hunted down Icardi, straight to Eder. Good job as a second striker. Candreva stays forward with the pass.
Under hit out wide for Perisic again, who was in yards of space at that back post.
Young into the middle. Ranocchia stepping forward. That means there could be a gap. Here's Pulgar, the ex-Católica man. Chilean dispossessed in the midfield, and they're doing the dirty work again. Little Brazilian pinballs into Taider. Now it's Nukuri, calm and cool.
Nicely.
Rips it across, splits the gap, but the run not coming. Hoped for it, and Perisic says good idea. Olympique Marseille raised, but now Inter through and through. Hassan Nukuri. Minutes left, and it's all to play for. Strong game for Ranocchia, filling in for Murillo today. Now Miranda. Mandanovic behind, but passes out for Medel.
I see.
Now long strides from Senadiang.
He likes it here. He'll take him on.
Icardi double team. Perisic. Perisic stops, drops three defenders. Can't get the shot away. Miang inside the header. Perisic just high.
Wonderful entertainment. Brilliant football from the Croatian. Started out at Sochaux. What a great career he's had. He's still at the top of his game. The 27-year-old. Ceramic brakes applied. He puts the three defenders on the backs like turtles. But he cannot angle this one header home. Brilliant in its failure.
Cagliari Sampdoria coming your way tomorrow. Little Monday Day Calcio. 3 p.m. Eastern, New Pacific.
No need for this from Miranda. It's a proper foul. Man's had a good game. Pleading his innocence like a choir boy, but he's a fibber.
Bringing some targets up, but not many. In fact, just looking for possession, maybe to draw Inter out. A wasted opportunity.
Sequence of failures that free kick was.
And it leads to this. Icardi against Economo. And it will be Gabi. Gabriel Barbosa.
Big day for him coming to this stadium with this revered club. And you'll hear the love come down. The stage is set. The spotlight's on him. Right. Is he ready for his close-up, Mr. DeMille?
He knows the script. He had the choice to pick Juventus, but he says he likes the Inter project better. Tired legs, perhaps. Perisic watches the bounce. And now it will be Gabriel Barbosa checking in, and Candreva will exit.
Excellent game, and they know it. They know the football. They know class in a glass on the grass. And Candreva displayed it all game long. Here we go. The future of Internazionale.
Big part of Brazil's Olympic win. Finally getting that done. The one trophy that had eluded them. Emerging talent along with the other Gabi Jesus, joining Neymar in their race for Russia, but Inter thinking more immediate needs. Different style player, more of a striker forward. Let's see what they do there. Now with Eder, Icardi, and Gabigol. Nukuri. Young. Perisic. Gabigol camped out on that right flank, so he is at least positionally similar. Wanted the touch, and he'll get it.
We're back.
Gabriel Barbosa looks a little like Roberto Firmino, another Brazilian striker, but much stronger and direct. A lot of clubs wanted him. 35 million got him to Inter. Not quite enough in the gas tank for Matti Destro.
Well played. Beautiful. Hit the back by Ranocchia.
And Young just embarrassed Jamaili. Almost, but Kraft works, and it's out for the throw-in. Quarter hour left. Destro and Perisic both in the first half. Looking for the second. Eder keeps it alive. Gavi tries to cut inside off Torosidis. Destro holding off. Back comes Nukuri.
Well played.
Adele just in time. Santon wide. Gabi from an angle. Back for Santon. Poked away nicely by Pulgar. And ASL action coming your way on Wednesday. Miami FC taking on the Ottawa Fury. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Ale Nestra is doing a good job with Miami down the stretch. Will it be good enough?
Wonderful survival game this for Bologna as the game now starts to head to its end game. Still tiring legs from Bologna and tiring focus perhaps, but still really hanging in there, and that's a good lead.
Balls for Kraft, can't get it past Miranda.
Still committing the forwards into the box in numbers as well, Bologna. And Donadoni saying, get on your horses, we can sting Miranda's team.
Last 2 road games in Serie A at the end of the season, scoreless draws over everyone. Bologna doing enough to earn survival, but their more recent road matches have been blowouts.
Oh, players, Verdi, when he's got that chance and that wonderful opportunity to find his target, completely overhits it.
Up steps Torosidis. A little slip from behind. Pulgar. Jamaili. He's got a cannon, but can he find the fuse? Whacked away Santon. Bologna have not won a road match since February. And Destro's late goal beat Udinese. Does he have another one in him? Phenomenal. Nice from Kraft.
Best spell of possession, best pattern of play for a while from Bologna. From probably the start of this game, trying to milk the clock now and pull the team around, and they're doing a good job of it.
That's going to hold, but still too tight to the 18. Smart from Handanovic. Now Santon. They have not been able to victimize the normal left back. Gabi switches.
Nicely.
Cutting inside Perisic. Kraft got a touch. Keep playing. Gabi tries to chip. It's off Pulgar and Torosidis.
Really good little Quicksilver run there by Icardi, and Gabi just tries with a scoop to find him.
Not sure what Verdi was thinking. He could have fed Tyler down the line. Scrambles back as Nukuri in, and what a tackle by Verdi to make up for the mistake.
Nukuri again, full of commitment, embodiment of what this team's about. And Gabriel's had a few good touches on the ball. Slipping by now for Eder.
Approaching the final 10 minutes and our final substitution.
Yeah, and Donadoni recognizing it and really are piling on the pressure. And it's a wonderful variety in their attack, Phil. It's not just one, it's going for the numbers now. Kraft coming out.
Torosidis.
A good solid game. The Swedish international in that right back position. Fresh legs and fresh focus needed as Donadoni's men hanging in there.
Torosidis will likely switch over to the right. Adam Messina will slide in on the left, the Moroccan youngster. 80th minute, halfway done. Gabi getting the free kick, or getting the corner here. In towards that near 6. Pulgar clears. And it is Torosidis who's moved over to guard Perisic now. Messina, 6'3", 22-year-old, through the Bologna youth system. Verdi dispossessed, but straight to Pulgar. Good early ball. Here's Jamaili. Too much on it. Almost had Verdi free in the box.
Great run. He's got to stab this one. He just doesn't get the angle right on the ball. But a little overhit, as you said. Good attack though by Bologna.
Gabi taking on the youngster.
The fulcrum
Messina.
swings. Good tackle.
Out for another corner. And there has been an impact player off the bench. And Gabi Barbosa already making himself at home. Another in-swinger from the 5'10" striker. Dangerous. Coming out to punch it. Da Costa missed it, but there was no one behind.
Cardi very close to making contact here. The wonderful ball sent in from Barbosa. Wonderful dynamic on this free kick. I don't see anything wrong that Icardi done here. Now there's a little push on, but wow, that one being called. You understand his disbelief after the way the forwards get pulled around. And set pieces inside the box. Brilliant pass from the set piece.
And then you take a look at some of these players that are out there. Destro coming up, Verdi coming up, Icardi coming into his own, and Barbosa newly arrived. It's a new look in Serie A. Calcio today. This is the only match with 2 goals shared evenly apiece, though. A rather binary day. Giovanni Simeone with the debut goal for Genoa. They have the lead over Pescara. Lazio with Keita in the first half over Empoli, and De Frel, his 7th of the season. Sassuolo is still leading Udinese. Diving header from the substitute, Messina. Oh, cleats came up, but in fact they will wait to see if advantage appears. Santon whistled for the foul.
Surprised if it's not a yellow card here.
Just a talking to from Cheli.
Good handling of the game, good man management, but that was extremely reckless in its challenge. Santon gets away with one. It's okay, he's called it both ways again. This referee's been very, very good. Domenico Cheli. Getting that point now though, Phil, and is going to have to sacrifice a little bit more danger going forward and get 1 or 2 players in and around Icardi, but this team is so good. And the highlight a yellow at this sort of counter-attack.
Good spin on the ball from Verdi, but Jamaili just laboring enough, and Ranocchia able to step in time.
Wonderful weight of the pass, played into stride. Wonderful covering tackle on Ranocchia.
Kind of sense as Verdi tried the shot. I think he'll get a second chance in the box. Verdi, and there's Ranocchia again.
Still alive.
Torosidis on his comfortable right foot. Deflected cross meet onto there. And young Miang out, and it starts a break for Perisic.
Scratched out here now. Good counter. Options inside.
Nice. Perisic, burst of speed, sends it across, but over everyone. Just to be safe, Messina sends it out. It will be a corner.
Wonderful cover across Bologna's back lane.
Meanwhile, let's take a look. Genoa at home. They had that first half lead from Beppe Simeone, but now a chance for Pescara to tie it up. Patient build-up. And then knocked home. Ray Manage off the poor clearance. And there it is, walking it into the empty net. So now tied up with just a few minutes left. Menage the goal. And come in just 15 minutes before. Is there a late goal here for a winner? Cena pushing forward. Good for Verdi.
Nicely.
Slips it through. Blasted to Miley, and he got it all, but so did Handanovic.
Beautiful build-up again. Jemaili is the thunder at the end of this lightning counter-attack. He's smiling, but it's ruefully. Wonderful save by Handanovic. Lovely link-up play. That is a fabulous ball through the legs. A brilliant pass, setting up.
And again, good from Handanovic. Had to send it back that way as there were players charging in. Approaching the 87th minute from the corner. Handanovic plays his line, cleared by Icardi. Perisic sending it forward, stepping in Pulgar, and the Católica man sends it high. Miranda underneath. Jemaili. Pulgar. Second wind here for Bologna. But will it carry him across? Krejci splits the defense. Krejci, but again Ranocchia.
Ladislav Krejci, rather than a matador in a pink tutu here. Beautiful skill on the run, drives in, and the Czech Republican just can't get to the end of it. Good cover. Still
We talked about
plenty of bait in this Bologna attack. They've come into this game when they looked as if they were flagging.
Verdi with the left foot, but again Icardi in good position. Miranda dives in and is hit in the process. So much talking about Verdi rediscovering his potential. What about Ranocchia, who was supposed to be the next great Italian center back, only to be cast aside? If it weren't for the injury to Jason Murillo, he would be out there, and he's been a defensive stalwart today. Here's Miranda. Mikuri. A lot of heroes on the day for both sides.
Good ball.
But there won't be a winner unless there's late heroics. Torosidis.
Nicely
Kept alive nicely.
played.
Perisic tries to drop, but Pulgar read it well.
Trying to pull this back to Adair. Just as you said, Pulgar reading it
This will stay
nicely.
in.
Look out. Needs a brilliant ball here.
Verdi measures.
Now,
But doesn't quite cut it right. 89th minute. 17 shots for Inter, just 5 for Bologna. But the points will be split evenly. Puri, so composed.
oh,
Chipped in Adair, glancing Henry Cardi just high.
wonderful invade sent with goal edged. Brazilian delivery. Lovely ball this from Adair. Sees his target and asks him a serious question that Icardi cannot answer, mainly because he's wrapped up in cellophane by Mayeta. Wonderful covering in the central position there on the Argentina man.
Ball back for Nikuri. Gabi goal. About 50 yards out from goal. Nikuri again. Deft touch Icardi. He wanted it on the other side, though. Well, it is Multicalcio, and as we wind to a close, there is another goal. Lazio taking on Empoli, and it's Lazio with a second. Just nodded home. Lazio. And it's Senad Lulic using his height. And Empoli down to defeat. Sassuolo, meanwhile, final seconds ticking away. They're holding on to a 1-0 lead against Udinese. already almost done with injury time. Genoa and Pescara tied at 1, and we are tied at 1 here as we approach added time.
Oh.
And it's Icardi who beat the offside line but could not find the ball. 5 minutes added. The substitute defender Economou just a little late pushing out. Ulgar. Jamaili. Didn't hear Gabi goal. Now touched back again for the Swiss mid. Chance for Destro. Top of the box. Fights it free. And there. Help in Verdi. Uses him as a decoy, but deflected by Miang. Still in the area. Tangle in the box. Loose shot. Handanovic denies Krejci. Good step up. Now it's Maeta, the big man. Off for Ladislav Krejci. Normally a left footer, but you'd be hard pressed on that cross to believe. Sassuolo has held on. Victory over Udinese, and if all things hold, Sassuolo, after a horrible start in league, brilliant in Europe, but horrible in league, would have turned things around now to 9th.
Donatoni's team here, Phil, so much bravery in them against Inter's attack. They are pushing forward in search of a winner and leaving themselves pretty stretched open.
Gabor playing ball boy. Eder.
Onside.
And a chance for Perisic now. 3.5 left. It's there for Icardi, and he misses.
Oh, Bishop a tree finish by Icardi.
Gabriel
in
with
the
the shot
most telling
denied.
moment of the game. This is what makes a truly world-class striker, and this is a big whale that's being let off the hook from Icardi.
Did he
what
try
a
to
setup.
blast it?
It's a beautiful ball right into his stride. He's just trying to make contact, and he misses it completely.
Kuri.
Ah, beautiful service again from this man.
Can he do it again? Yes. Over Icardi. Up flies Medel. Down comes Eder with it. Knocked only as far as Nukuri. 93rd minute. Lunging in. Economou. Another chance for Inter. Santon. Everything in the Bologna end now.
Just as I was saying, the way they were leaving themselves stretched open, this man took full advantage of it. Here's the goal that equaled it. Beautiful from Perisic. And you think that they would have built on that with the momentum that they had and the ability. You just saw a chance created by this goal scorer, turns provider for Mauro Icardi. Here it is. Just misses it completely. He doesn't go for power, he goes for placement, but he misses the train at the station. What a chance.
Miranda trying a Thiago Alcantara type pass. Didn't quite work out, but Inter gets it back in the midfield. Barbosa. 90 seconds left. Eder in a battle with Maeta. Throw in for Inter. Full-time Lazio. 3 more points. The Eagles climb to 5th, right behind Roma. Tied on points. If Bologna finds a winner, Inter would drop as well. Bologna now with 10. Young fans want something to happen.
He wants an option.
And he's got one here on a lucky bounce. It will be off a corner, though, as we've reached the final minute. Full-time Genoa and Pescara share the points. This is the last of these midday matches. Fiorentina and Milan to come. Maybe one last roll of the dice. Can Icardi make up for that miss? Gabriel Barbosa, an outswinger. Skips away, top of the box. Medel tried to force it in. 30 seconds left. Santon with his right foot. Icardi coming down into the middle for Ranocchia, cleared by Bologna. Now Bologna trying to step up, but it's Santon. One last chance. Santon
nicely
sends it wide. Perisic.
Good ball.
Curls it in. The header, but it's sent wide.
Fabulous ball played in, and they've seen it, and they are cursing heaven with their bootless cries. Ranocchia wide open. A brilliant ball fed in. Beautifully won by Santon. Goes out wide. Provides a killer ball over the distance here. Perisic again sets the table, but it's a fish up a tree finish by Ranocchia. The goal at his mercy again. And that's it.
As good as Ranocchia was defensively, that will be the memory. A gutsy effort for Bologna. 1 point for Inter. Their unbeaten streak continues, but their win streak ends at 3.
Tremendous pluck from Roberto Donadoni's men. No turtles them. They didn't go into their shell and bunker in. No Catenaccio. They went for the win full out. They left themselves open twice. Internazionale had the welcome mat thrown down in front of them, but they couldn't wipe their feet on and step through the door. First Icardi and then Ranocchia. One downstairs, the other one upstairs. The goal at their mercy. And a sad finish, which was none. Good game of Italian football. Inter full of verve under Frank de Boer. Good substitutions made by the Duchy. Roberto Donadoni's got a team. And they've got some wonderful players, and they've got plenty of pluck and strength and belief. But Internazionale will go to bed tonight thinking of what could have been, what should have been, but wasn't. What a cracking game of football. And Bologna fans will enjoy this.
Juventus still top of the table with the one match remaining today and one tomorrow. Napoli 1 point back. Inter at 11, and the gap between third place Inter and 11th place Torino just 3 points. It is a battle in Serie A at the start. Again, Fiorentina